Well, what an amazing day. I will get someone here to be able to video for you very, very soon. But both of these young men were following me. I think we saw in the first video today that Ray came right up for the grass. We went through all the grass and he did super. And then I went and got a bucket of the chopped alfalfa. And that got John's attention more. I needed to squat down that first time to get him to come in. And then I practiced moving away and just getting them to follow. And boy, that really worked with Ray. He would come with me, tons of touches, letting me touch the top of his nose, eating out of my hand multiple times. You can see now they're sort of bickering over who gets the last little remains. But just absolutely wonderful. Couldn't have asked for more. And I know y'all probably think, what? How come we can't see that part? It's so hard. You can imagine I'm holding the bucket in my right arm or my left arm, and I'm reaching with my right hand to feed. I need to get like a little one of those things that go on your head, the GoPro, so I could video. That would be really awesome, so you could really see what's going on. I'll see what I can do about that, but otherwise I'll get somebody here next time. But honestly, as I turned this camera on, I was like, oh, what scripture or what thought is coming to me? And one of my very favorite scriptures is found in Proverbs chapter 3, verse 4 and 5. It says, trust in Yahuwah with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways, acknowledge him, and he will direct your path. You know, and the word for way and path are really similar, but they are a little bit different. And in the Hebrew, I'll put the scripture below, but you know, in our ways, we want to direct, and everything we do, say, think, should be his ways, in line with who he is. And then our ways, the way that we walk out in life, becomes straight. He will make your path straight. And that word in Hebrew for straight is yashar, which is the root of yasharel, or what we say Israel. Yasharel is the straight ones of Elohim. And I also was reading this morning in Proverbs 12, the first verse, and it says, he who loves discipline or correction loves knowledge. And the word for knowledge in Hebrew there is da'at, and it's the most intimate knowledge. It's also used for like a husband and wife, their intimacy. So it's not just knowledge like head knowledge, but when you love correction, you love the intimacy of a relationship. And so that's kind of how our way goes as we walk. There's another scripture, I'll put all three of these in there, and I always forget where this one is, but it says, wherever you go, no matter where you go, you'll hear a voice behind, whether you turn to the right or the left, you'll hear a voice behind you saying, this is the way, there's that word again, derek, way, walk in it. And so even today I walked away from them, and I continue to call and say, come Ray, come John. They're learning their names, they're learning the word come, they're learning yes as the target word. Today we also did a target of, I would hold out my hand with no food and say touch, and whoever came in and touched my hand, then I would reach back in the bucket and they would get their food. So I'm able to really now not use food for a bribery to draw them in, but the target to say touch, and then they're beginning to associate this reward. So hopefully all those things, you know, are going together in your mind of when we trust him, which they're beginning to develop trust for me, with all your heart. You know, horses have feelings like we've talked about. They don't think, well, let's see, she's a nice lady, I'm sure this will be good. They feel. So if they don't feel good around me, they cannot trust me. But as they begin to feel good around me and their owners, because we've associated all these positive things, you know, good yummy food and pleasant environment, they're beginning to trust us because they feel safe with us. And that's the key. We feel, the more we experience Yahuwah in our life, we feel safe. So that's what these guys are beginning to get. They trust me because they feel the goodness that I have for them. And then their way is being straightened by my way. My walking, my leading, my hands out, my directions to them, touch, here's your reward. So what a beautiful picture. So grateful and thankful for our creation, that our Creator would put all these good things and these beautiful animals in our lives so that we might learn how to trust him and know his goodness. So again, I wish I could have shared this whole day with you, and it didn't take long at all. I think I've been here definitely within an hour, no more than an hour, and possibly less. I haven't looked at the time. And they're both so peaceful and were coming in and getting closer and closer. And as they were both there, I'll finish with this thought, when they were both really close to me and willing to take the food, I held my hand a little closer to myself, and I allowed their innate desire to sort of compete with each other a little bit, like, wait, I want that, to give them a little motivation to come closer to me and trust. And then they were able, because they had the support of one another, and they felt like, hey, wait, I better get that before he does. They came in a little bit. And we still get these little shies every once in a while. But one of the amazing things that happened today is one time when John shied away, Ray just kind of jumped a tiny bit, like his skin jumped, but he didn't turn and run. He stayed right there with me. So that's a huge change, that shows his emotions, his feelings are being able to come into subjection to his choices because he feels safe. So pretty awesome. And again, I will get some video for sure this week. I'll have someone else video so you can see the progress. And I do think the goal that I mentioned in the first video, it's a lofty one, to get a halter on these guys by the end of this 2 weeks. And I won't sabotage my connection with them in order to get the halter on. I don't want to do that. So I need to be able to touch them. We've had the halters out in the paddock, and their owners have put the halters with their food, their normal meals. So they're just getting used to the smell and the sound and the touch of the halters. But it is a pretty big thing to ask, to put on their face. So like I said, I won't sabotage, hi John boy, my connection and the trust. But that at this point, I still feel like it's a doable goal, a lofty goal, but a doable goal. So for now, bye John, bye Ray, we'll see you tomorrow.